Chapter 3. Are you an alcoholic? Here's a riddle. If you sometimes drink more than you intend, does that make you an alcoholic? If nearly every drinker on earth could answer yes to that, does that mean we're all doomed? In Chapter 3 of Allen Carr's Easy Way to Control Alcohol, we tackle one of the most confusing, stigma-filled questions of all. Are you an alcoholic? We were taught there is a sharp line between a normal drinker and a chronic alcoholic. One side, happy, sociable, relaxed. The other, addicted, broken, incurable. It sounds so clear until you actually try to figure out where that line is. Doctors, questionnaires, and even Alcoholics Anonymous all offer tests and definitions. But Carr points out, most of these questions are so broad that nearly every drinker could check yes. Do you sometimes drink for effect? Do you drink alone? Do you ever drink more than you wanted to? If those are the criteria, then almost the entire drinking world qualifies. So where does that leave us? Carr highlights how even the experts contradict themselves. Dr. Christian Barnard's book warns that alcoholism can take 2 to 60 years to develop. But how does that square with the idea of an incurable disease you were supposedly born with? AA calls alcoholism a progressive illness, a fatal disease, yet says only you can decide if you are one. Imagine going to a doctor, being told you might have an incurable illness, but the diagnosis is up to you. The result? Confusion, stigma, and fear. Instead of solutions, drinkers get labels that make them feel helpless. So, what's the truth? Carr strips it down to something simple. An alcoholic is simply a drinker who has lost control over their intake. That's it. Nothing mystical, nothing genetic, no incurable curse, just a loss of control. But here is the twist. If the difference between a so-called normal drinker and an alcoholic is just how often they lose control, isn't that just a matter of degree? Doesn't that mean every drinker is on the same downward slope, just at different points on the slide? Think about it. Normal drinkers sometimes drink more than they want to. Alcoholics sometimes manage to abstain. The line is blurry because maybe there is no line at all. So why do friends and family see someone has a problem while the drinker denies it? Because no one likes to admit they've lost control. And because society has attached such a heavy stigma to the word alcoholic that it feels like admitting to being the unhappiest person in the world. But here, as the liberating truth Carr wants you to grasp, the question, am I an alcoholic, is a red herring. It doesn't matter what label you wear. The real question is simple. Have I lost control of my drinking? If you're even searching for answers, chances are you already know. Carr challenges the darkest belief of AA and the medical establishment, that there's no cure. If that were true, no one could ever be free. But you can be free. You don't have to spend the rest of your life saying, I'm an alcoholic, or living in fear of the next drink. Alcoholism is not a mysterious disease. It's an illusion, a trap built on misconceptions. Once the illusions are gone, so is the desire to drink. So don't get lost in the labels, the questionnaires, or the stigma. Forget the question, am I an alcoholic? The real issue is control. If alcohol has taken control from you, it's time to take it back. And the good news is, you can. The chains aren't permanent. The downward slide can stop. And freedom isn't 20 years away. It's closer than you think.